Alright, so here we have just laid out, how in reality 1 teraparsec is. I did this with 1 gigaparsec, but just to kind of give you an understanding. 1 parsec is 3.26 light years, which is 19 trillion miles. 1 teraparsec is 3.26 trillion light years. So what essentially that means is you take 1 parsec and times that by 1 trillion, and you got 3.26 trillion light years. Makes sense? This is just another way to look at it, but as of 2016, somewhere in October, NASA recently claimed that they upped the observable universe, and I mean, they said it was anywhere between 93 billion light years, sorry. And I was always told that this was I don't know if it was the radius or if it was a diameter, so the highest, and this might go into like miscalculations, but I'll just go 93 billion to 180 billion. So if it's 93 billion light years, let's just say, there's said to be 2 trillion galaxies that are said to exist within the observable universe. So in case you don't know what a trillion looks like, there's ones, thousands, millions, billions, trillions, and that's just, it's a 13-digit number. So 3, 6, 12, or 3, 6, 9, 12, 13. So essentially what this means is that within on average at least, if the observable universe was 93 billion miles, or 93 billion light years, sorry, which is 19 trillion miles is 1 light year, or a parsec, sorry. We can say that there's 2 trillion galaxies within a radius of 93 billion, or almost 4 trillion if we were to go 180 billion, or if you want to times 2 by 93, it would be 186. And if we do that, we can safely say, so if we were to say, let's just say like 180 billion to 1 trillion, essentially if we were to round this up to a 20, this would be close. I mean, if you were to go like basic times tables of 180, you'd have 180, 360, times that by 4, that's 720, and then you would go to, times that by another, 5 times 180 would be, off the top of my head, it would just be, it'd be very close to 1 trillion. So it's like 90, is it 90? So 900 billion, so you'd have 180, something like that. So either way, if you were to take 5 and times it by 180, you'd be close to 1 trillion light years. And so, again, but still you would be a ways off, because you would have to go 3.26 trillion instead of 180 billion. So again, just take 3.26 trillion and divide that by 180, and then multiply with that whole number, round that by 2 trillion, and that should give you like how many galaxies on average that are said to exist in that observable universe. If we were to go that the observable universe was 1 teraparsec, let's say. But this is just to kind of give you an understanding of like how this works. Again, this is just, all the information that I'm telling you, just think of it as like the universe is at least this big. And it's even bigger, of course, but this is just to kind of draw it in your head how this really works. Because when you really think about it, there's more out there than we do know, and there's always going to be more than what we don't know. There's always going to be more questions than there are answers. But at the same time, though, this ideology, there's so much, it just goes to show you that humanity will never understand everything, and yet, we'll always have more questions than we do answers, and people will always be wrong about stuff, no matter how many religions claim they found the truth, or how many people have claimed they know what exists. The more humanity doesn't know, the better chance we have of being wrong, and therefore, everybody is just lying about, how many things we do know about. We just don't know everything to the point where we have to spend more time to figure this out, and we can only accumulate as much knowledge as possible.